Hello, welcome to lesson 9 in programming using the language Objective-C on the operating system Macintosh OS X. Now in this lesson we're going to talk about loops. Now what do you think of this? Like I'm going to write this once, twice, and do you expect yourself writing this and keeping the track of the numbers here like for 100 times, and then sometimes you need to put the S for girls and just try to find where the S is, okay, and then I need to put S/N because I forgot it, and then I need to to print it out as separate lines as this. Okay, this is not acceptable. So what should I do is I must remove all this, and there is where while comes in. We have like 3 types of loops, okay, or 3 kinds, not types. There's the while loop, which means that you can do this if this condition is done, okay. So like while this is going, do this, okay. While this condition is true and always counts, okay, as true, you can go on and do what's inside the while loop, and once you finish from that step in the while loop, you will have to go back and repeat it, okay. And as long as this condition in the while loop is correct, okay, you will have to do it, okay, otherwise you must quit the while loop. Now there's the for loop, which uses counting, exact counting, just to control the loop, okay, whereas the while loop here can like check other than numbers, okay. For loop does check other than numbers, but it's more convenient to use the while loop, okay, because for is more into counting, so you count step 1, step 2, step 3, okay, and so on. Or maybe you can do more kind of stepping, like every 2 times, every 3 times, something like that. And break and continue, we'll talk about them while we use the loops, okay, or after tell you what are the kinds of those loops. And I have the last one, which is the do while loop, which is what do you say, it's like you have like you can go into the area of the checkpoint before the checkpoint, okay. So the checkpoint here is postponed on the first time, okay. It's like a police checkpoint, and then you are like as if you are allowing the enemy to get in, okay, once, and then the police will know, okay. So that's the way the do while works, okay. We'll see about it. So let's go back, and we have later to do a problem to solve. So just to show you more on the usage of, yeah, now I have here, now I have to do the following, which is like I want to print this like 10 times, okay, but first I'm not gonna show the numbers like I did here, okay. So just print as 1 all the time. So and here, of course, this is I++, so it can increment, and I still is not defined, so I must define it, okay. And I can also here use this I assigned as I+1, the old I+1, okay, instead of the I++. They are both almost the same, okay. And then here you should start with I assigned as 0, because as I told you, you can't like here the police is there and ready. Okay, you can call it like this: the police are there and ready, okay, to face their enemy, and their enemy is the I equals 0. Now I equals 0, okay, he has the permits, because the permission is anything should be here less than 0. Okay, doesn't matter 0 or 1. Okay, but here I'm saying as long as I less than 10. Okay, less than or equal to 10 here. Okay, so as long as I is less than or equal to 10, print that string. Okay, I'm running with one girl, and then increment it. Okay, therefore I is always within the body of the while being digested inside the while, and all the time incrementing and printing repeatedly the string. Okay, I'm running with one girl. Okay, so this is how it will be on the shell. Okay, so it repeated it like 10 times. Okay, now here I'm going to change and add more, like %I and I here. So this means that I'm going to run it, and this way you'll see the incrementing. Okay, so it will always start writing the name, but what's missing now is I want to add here the S. So what I should do is this. Okay, so I start with a character named S having the letter S. Okay, now here, what's this? Okay, now this has to be fixed. Just no. Okay, sorry. Okay, so here I start with letter S. Okay, and if I is 1, okay, let's start with if I is 1, okay, it should stay as S. Okay, but if it's not 1, it should stay as nothing. Okay, here it must be S like this, and this one should start with small s. Okay, an empty s. So this means like okay. Oh yeah, forgot. There's here the S. Okay. See, and this way I skipped the first one. Okay. Now okay, so now I have this one skipped. Okay, so what I should do now is show you how this okay can be done using for loop. Okay, so this is how I will do it using for loop. I use the word for, okay, and say for not this one. Okay, this should be skipped like this, and say int I equals to 0, okay, or 1, whatever the starting point is, and then this is just like the starting point. Okay, this place is just for the starting point, and then as long as I less than or equals to 10, okay, I can say, for example, I assigned ++. okay, and this way I deleted the for loop, the while loop. So here has the same, okay, and yes, it's kept here because I have an addition here. So if I remove this addition here, so because you have played with the counting, so that's how important I is in here, okay. So that's all about it, okay. So next, I have here okay, so I have here like the for loop is done for us, and then I have to go to the while, the do while, which is the opposite of the while loop. So it's like this, in a way that you start with a do, okay, and then you end it with a while, okay, and this is my condition over here, and just close this, and then it will be I less than or equals to 10, and then here you'll do it like this, okay. And yes, I has to be defined first, okay. Why? Because it's like this, from here till here for the first time, before seeing in the execution, before pass apply in the execution to into this while loop, okay, it means that I can execute this once, and then I can see what would happen. As I told you, it's like a police checkpoint that has been put like away from the car. It's not just in front of the car right away, okay. So this is the same, okay, and same output, okay, because it tells you that do all of this while this is less than or equal to 10, okay. But this has always one step done, okay, and it means that you can make it in a way that you can make the code like go through this once and like without repeating it, okay, and the code can go and move on, okay, for the next lines like in here, okay. And what I mean is that you don't have, sometimes it's according to your given, of course, and that's what I'm talking about, like you can just move through this as just one step and continue. Otherwise you're making things like just spring back, okay. It's unlike the while loop, you're making things spring back, then if it's okay and keeps it pushing it away from it, okay, unless things are working okay with the while loop, okay. So again, you can take also the simile of the police checkpoint. So now we have learned the three types or three kinds of loops. Now we need to know how to use the break, okay. Now the break means that, for example, okay, if I equals, for example, say 5, I can do here a break, okay. So this means that the while loop will quit working, okay, when it is 5. So here you can go just once and then quit, okay. And I mean no, here you will go until number 5 and then you can quit this loop, okay. So this is around, see, now it printed until 5. Why? because the printing is delayed, okay, it's delayed after the breakpoint, Okay, so if I move this to the top of the break, now here, see, you'll get the fifth one. Okay, now this is the break. Now what if I want to use the continue? Okay, look what will happen. Okay, the continue will make it's supposed to make the loop go to the next one. Okay, but yeah, it means like skip the current loop and move to the next one. Okay, so here it will always stop counting because the counter is just after the continue. This means like you're telling it stop working in the current loop, move back to do, and so on, like this. You'll see that, but and it will not go through the I plus 1. Okay, so it will be an infinite loop. See, that is when it sees the 5. So I'll stop this. Okay, so if I want to do it in a continue, okay, while not seeing the number 5, or Control X and put this before it, Control V to save here, save here, and run this. Okay, so and I can put, for example, this one here, so it will skip it, because now it's not skipped. I want to show you that it can skip it. So as I told you, continue will skip what's after it and go to the next level, okay, or next number. See, I skipped number 5. Okay, so here I have a skip of number 5. Here, if I change it to something like 6, you see it's skipping number 6. Okay, so 5, 7. It's not 4, 6 now. Okay, so that's all about the continue and the break. So you can break the loop anytime you want. You can use the continue anytime you want. Okay, and you can have also nested while loops, a while loop that's having another while loop, a for loop that's having another for loop. Okay, we'll see that in the next lesson. Okay, so yes, so now this concludes all our points for this lesson. Now we have to solve this for you, just to show you more about loops. Now this program asks you to write a program that counts backwards from 99 through 0 by 9, which means by 3, which means like it steps backwards by 3 in this fashion and prints it in this fashion: 99, then 69, then 39. Okay, not 6 to 9 years off. Okay, so it's 69 years. So what I mean is that you will be stepping backwards every 3. Okay, and you have to print the numbers, and if it sees if it passes by a number that's divisible by 5, okay, it must print found 1. Okay, now he asks here just to show like 90 is divisible by 5. Okay, but I myself don't want to show the 90, okay, display it, I mean, because I want to make sure that you understood the continue example. Okay, look out, and of course in this one it's better to use a for loop, because for loop are meant for counting. They are better than while loops in this fashion, because while loops you will have to put the I plus plus in somewhere, okay, and know where it should be set. So for loop for I, first of all you have to say int I assigned as 0, because you start not 0, sorry, here you must start with 99, okay, because this is the starting point, because you're starting from 99 going downwards, okay, to 0, okay, and I is greater than or equal to 0. As long as it's greater than or equal to 0, now say I is assigned as I minus 3, okay, not minus 1. Here it is minus 3 because this is your step. And then of course you create your the body of your loop. Now I want to print found one, this sentence, found one, okay, when it finds the number divisible by 5. How do I do that? The modulus is the operation that is supposed to tell you whether this number is divisible by 5 or not. When you get the modulus like this, if I, because this is the I, modulus 5, okay, equals to 0, this is equality, this is not assigning, okay, double equal characters. So if it finds it as 0, it means that it is divisible, there's no remainder, okay. So this is how I finish it, and I print this and like this, and I say printf and found one, okay, and this is, and what else, you say continue, okay. And also I will put the printing of the number after the continue, because this means that I don't want to display that a divisible number, okay. So printf and %i and then I. Of course you must put /n so it can go on a separate line, and of course found one must go on a separate line, okay. And just for more clarity, I'll put another /n here just so it will appear on its own separate line, okay. Sorry. So says and R, okay. There are some here, I forgot the semicolon here, it's no big deal, and this one, okay. So look at this, see, this is 39, okay. Subtract this on the next loop, okay. On the next loop you should subtract another 3, which means 90. 90 means found one, okay, because 90 is divisible by 5, okay. Now 78, okay, minus 3 means 75, okay, which means divisible by 5, and therefore you get found one, and so on, okay. Of course 0 is divisible by 5, 0 divided by 5 is 0, okay, and no remainder, therefore you get found one at the end, okay. So this is our lesson for today, and I hope you liked it. Please use your registered YouTube account to subscribe and follow my lessons, so you can get on your email the updates, okay. And press that button named subscribe, and please write your comments, okay. They are very important, so you and others can see what's going on. Thanks for watching.